Styling Cloudy, the new bag and keychain that I designed. Did some beautiful blue eyeshadow to match the character. I'm gonna start the look with this blue and white Hello Kitty checkerboard shirt. Next we're gonna go with this blue tutu. Gonna layer this blue petticoat over the tutu. Blue and white DIY leg warmers. I'm loving this so far. Let's add some accessories. I layered on some blue and white necklaces. Blue arm warmers. Added a bunch of blue bracelets. Now it's time to decorate my head. Oh my goodness, look at all of the cute stuff I crammed on my head. I did such a great job. For shoes, I'm going to be wearing these pastel platform Crocs. I'll be finishing the look with our star of the show, Cloudy. And of course, the matching Cloudy Jr. And now, my new Cloudy bag has been styled. What do you think?
Personally, I think you're a fucking idiot.
Wow. That first clip we just saw was tough to get through, so if you made it and you're still watching, thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm grateful we live in a place where that fella can dress up like that and record himself and put it out there on the interwebs for the world to see. My response is, good times create weak men create hard times create strong men, and strong men create good times. And we are currently in the weak men create hard times phase. Don't be a weak man. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly quick and very crazy Clown World update for you guys today. And as usual, we have, well, very little time to waste. So let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment, so this individual with the skunk-looking hairdo is Chloe. Now, Chloe checks all the boxes: biological man, trans woman, lesbian, she, her pronouns, and ladies' restrooms. Wait, what?
He looks like a fucking loser.
All right, let's keep it moving with this fella who is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman. And he also calls himself a lesbian, but that's neither here nor there. So he decided to go out campaigning for, you guessed it, Joe Biden. Roll it.
I follow a lot of things, and I talk about a lot of things, and I may get overly emotional and blah, blah, but I have just started hormones. Been on hormones for about 4 months now. Stuff's starting to level out. In fact, I upped it.
Whoa, you have a deep voice.
Now, I do support women's rights. I do support ending and missing indigenous women, and I do support pro-Palestine. I do support Biden, even though I support pro-Palestine. I support a lot of things. And the point is if you read Project 2025, there's only really one choice. And yeah, I know, genocidal Joe. Well, also protector of women's rights, Joe. Also promises to veto any national abortion, Joe. Also throws pride every year he's president, Joe. And the list goes on. CHIPS program, economy, all that. And I could go on for like ever. He's like accomplished more as a president than FDR or anybody since FDR, who actually is responsible for getting us out of the Great Depression with the invention of welfare and Social Security. So I was never really political until I started seeing them pick on trans kids and the LGBTQ, and when they ended Roe v. Wade. I went down a Democratic rabbit hole, and I did a lot of studying, what I would call studying, and I think I know a lot of shit. I do not know everything at all, but I know we cannot sell our own country up the river because every president since the conception of Israel has supported Israel. Do I like it? No, I don't. But the Republicans would just hand Palestine over to Israel on a silver platter with papers saying it was always theirs. Okay, like there's a lot of other things. Anyway, happy Pride.
You f***ing crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
All right, let's stick with politics for a moment. So the next big play from the mainstream media is to make it seem like Donald Trump is the one in severe cognitive decline, that he can't finish his sentences, he's constantly stumbling and bumbling over his words. And Joe Biden's fine, nothing to see there. It actually reminds me of one of my favorite quotes from George Orwell's book 1984, and it goes like this. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. So first we're going to hear from the race lady from MSNBC, Joyless Reed. Then we're going to hear from some other lady. I'm not quite for sure exactly who she is, but it sounds like she's describing Joe Biden to a T. But she's actually talking about Donald Trump. Roll it.
It's getting clearer by the day that Donald Trump is not okay. But his cognitive decline goes far beyond just verbal slip-ups. It's his increasingly deranged and dangerous rhetoric that's particularly concerning.
Shut up, bitch!
A few moments later.
He is clearly disturbed. He has a broken brain. He cannot complete a thought. And it's not only that he says bizarre things, but he is incoherent. He gets caught in these cul-de-sacs of speech. He has aphasia. He can't find a word, or he makes up a word, or he just says sounds to cover for his brain freeze. He is clearly unwell. And I think he gets away with it for a few reasons. One was what Tom just said, that the mainstream media has this normalcy bias and has this compulsion to present him as a normal candidate, just another choice. Joe Biden has certain deficits. Trump has certain deficits. It's just a normal election, you see. The other way he gets away with it, of course, is that he's got a whole cult party behind him that covers for him, that says that he sounds sane, that never admits it. When he went behind closed doors and he made the comment that Milwaukee is a horrible city, Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, was asked about it, and he said, "Oh, I was sitting next to him. I didn't hear anything." That's a lie. Of course he heard it.
Hey, lady, shut up! All right, so it looks like the next Hollywood celebrity to fall is Jack Black, who showed up at a Joe Biden fundraiser hosted by Barack Obama and Jimmy Kimmel and a few others, I think. Anyway, we're going to listen to a Jack Black speech. Notice he's got the dark Brandon jersey on. Roll it.
A few days ago, my manager called me and said George Clooney and Julia Roberts wanted me to help out the president and speak here tonight. And I said, I am in. When and where? And thank you. And then they said, Jack, we know how busy you are. You don't have time. Look at all the other events that are happening tonight that you already turned down. MC at the Fliegelman Bat Mitzvah. The opening of the new Jack in the Box in Oxnard. Judge at the second annual Imperial Valley Avocado Festival. You don't see that on Meryl Streep's resume. I said, I know I turned them down, but my president needs me. Thank you. And then they hit me with the big one. They said, Jack, you can't go. You have nothing to wear. Your good suit is in the cleaners. Well, were they wrong? Because I had this to wear. My kick-ass American flag overalls. Most patriotic outfit of all times. And that shut them up. There wasn't much they could say after that. And when the president wins in November... Yeah! I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a sweet shout-out in his victory speech for what I gave up to be here. Because when democracy is at stake, Jack Black answers the call. Mr. President, you're welcome. That's not the president. That's not Judge. It's a random dude. But I thought it would look better if I talked right to a guy.
That guy's got a serious weight problem. Go home, start exercising.
Hey, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen. Is that the house from Silence of the Lambs? Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by, you will recognize him in the comment section as Brother Strangelove. Brother Strangelove, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. I really appreciate the kind words and support. So once again, today's video sponsor is Brother Strangelove. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. Can we get this off the screen, please? This is kind of creeping me out. Ugh.
I guess it is a little creepy.
So in this next clip, we are going to watch this fella who is dating a biological man that identifies as a trans woman try to convince all of us and himself that he's not gay. Roll it.
Oh, you're gay now? Okay, this is the number one question I've gotten since I started dating my girlfriend who happens to be trans. I'm straight. I am attracted to women, and Eden is undeniably a woman. Her being trans does not make me gay. She is hot as fuck. If I wanted to be with a man, I'd go be with a man, not Eden. And I think it's just that simple.
What the hell did you just say?
Her being trans does not make me gay.
That means you're gay.
All right, next up we have this lovely young lady whose pronouns, as you can see on the screen there, are ZZ with a Z and an X, then Zim Zim with a Z and an X, and Zer Zer with a Z and an X. Roll it.
How pathetic of a person do you have to be to worry about my fucking pronouns when there is other shit going on in the world right now? My pronouns are my own, and I have found myself. So, if you want to be pathetic and focus on that, then do that. But I'm not going to stop using them.
Yeah, I think the pronouns are really confusing.
Yes, I don't even know what a pronoun is.
Now, in this next clip, this fellow who slightly resembles a smashed thumb is going to sing us a little rap song. What do you think his rap name is? Roll it.
If pimping ain't right, I'ma stay wrong. I gotta stay pimping cause my life is long.
What an idiot.
So this young lady thinks that being overweight is one of the smartest things you can do. And listen to the logic she used to get to that conclusion. Roll it.
You know why being overweight is one of the smartest things you could do? Just imagine a zombie apocalypse and there's no food left. Overweight people keep all the food in their belly. Therefore, they would live longer than people who aren't overweight.
Holy cow.
So this young lady wants to normalize saying happy pride to people, like you say happy Father's Day or happy birthday. She wants it to be happy pride. Roll it.
Why isn't it normal to say happy pride to people the entire month of June, like in real life? Like, I'm at work, and I say happy pride to people because I feel like we should. It's Pride Month. I've only really been saying it to people who I can tell are in the community, and I just get the vibe from that they're in the community. I shouldn't be scared to say it to literally everybody that comes in here. But I said it to one person, and as I was handing them the receipt, I was like, you're all set to go, have a happy pride. And they were like, thank you, you too. It was so sweet. And then I said it to somebody else over the phone who was scheduling an appointment for July. And I was like, and if I don't hear from you before then, have a safe and happy pride. And they say, oh my God, genuinely, thank you so much. Absolutely. Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, I just want to hug them. It made me feel so great. And then it kind of made me sad that we don't just say it to each other all the time. It's a celebration. We should be proud all the time and not scared to say happy pride. I should try saying it to everybody and just gauge the different reactions. But anyway, normalize saying happy pride to people.
How about no?
Yeah, let's not normalize saying happy pride to people. We're not going to do that. Anyway, next up. So since we've been seeing a lot of crazy body modifications or body mods, as the cool kids say, like tattoos and piercings and such here on the channel, I saw this picture making its rounds on the interwebs and figured I would share it with you guys. This is probably the worst one we've seen so far. Ugh.
What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay.
All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip of former Vice President Joe Biden's publicist, diversity hire Karine Jean-Pierre, telling us that when we see Joe Biden appear to wander away from the crowd at the G7 summit and have to get wrangled back in, or when we see Joe Biden appear to freeze on stage for 7 or 8 seconds at his recent fundraiser and have to get gingerly walked off stage by Barack Obama, or whenever we hear him stumbling and mumbling and bumbling over his words whenever he gives a speech, that's not really happening. Those are deep fakes by the MAGA Republicans. You can't make this shit up. Anyway, things are clearly getting crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
There seems to be a sort of rash of videos that have been edited to make the president appear especially frail or mentally confused. I'm wondering if the White House is especially worried about the fact that this appears to be a pattern that we're seeing more of often.
Yeah, and I think you all have called this the cheap fakes video, and that's exactly what they are. They are cheap fakes video. They are done in bad faith, and some of your news organization have been very clear, have stressed that these the right wing critics of the president have a credibility problem because of the fact checkers have repeatedly caught them pushing misinformation, disinformation, and so we see this, and this is something coming from your part of the world, calling them cheap fakes and misinformation. And I'll quote the Washington Post, where they wrote about this, and they said how Republicans use misleading videos to attack Biden in a 24-hour period. And to their credit, we have a conservative Washington Examiner did call them out as well, calling out the New York Post. Ironically, several recent cheap fakes actually attacked the president for thanking troops. That is what they're attacking the president for. Both in Normandy, this happened, and again in Italy. And I think that it tells you everything that we need to know about how desperate Republicans are here. And instead of talking about the president's performance in office, and what I mean by that is his legislative wins, what he's been able to do for the American people across the country, we're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos. And it is, again, done in bad faith.
What did you say? What the did you just say?
We're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying?
And you ain't black.